me some ice, skin me a peach and save the fuzz for my pillow. Poach me a prawns, talk to me nice, you got to wine me and dine me. I'm getting hungry, peel me a grape.
I'm Bonicelli, and we are cooking with Italian style. It's not always fast, it's not always easy, and it's not always Italian. We use the freshest and finest ingredients that we can find and afford, and we not only savor the meals we make, but we savor making them. That's cooking with Italian style. Today we're making a dish that was invented in the 1800s in Russia and became popular in the 40s and 50s here in America. It's beef stroganoff, and we're serving that with buttered pappardelle noodles. Well, let's get cooking. My first encounter with making beef stroganoff was, well, not so good. I was 20 years old, armed with the cookbooks of the day, which were pretty good for baking, but not so good for entrees. They had a lot of dumbed-down versions of classics. I'm sure designed to help out that hardworking American housewife and promote products like French onion soup in a envelope and bouillon cubes and rice that cooks in a minute. Anyway, my version of beef stroganoff is a real nod to the Russian classic. We're going to start by building our deep flavor base with 4 cups of beef stock, a peeled and chopped carrot, 3 sprigs of fresh thyme, and a bay leaf. And I'm going to put this on the stove to simmer, and we'll start working with our beef. I've added 3 tablespoons of oil to my pan, and I am putting in my grass-fed beef. Funny thing, cows eating grass. And you want to make sure you pat the beef dry. It helps it to brown. And you notice how it's sticking. That is a sign that it's browning well. You can't brown beef in a non-stick pan because it won't stick. And you see my beef stock is simmering in the background and getting that rich flavor from the bay leaf and carrot. Now I'm just going to keep turning this around until it gets nice and brown. It'll probably take 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, now this is brown. I'm taking this out of the pan. And then what I'm going to do is just use the same oil to brown the second batch of beef. Here we go, right into the pan. Perfect. Now we'll get this batch browned. Okay, so now I'm just going to add all the beef back into the pan, keeping my heat up. And now a chopped onion. I'm going to stir that around, get that combined, and I'm going to just let this go for about 5 minutes, stirring it every once in a while until the onions are cooked down and nice and soft. Just like that. So now I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons, 2 or 3, of a good cognac. And I'm going to let that go for a couple of minutes, and then in goes my beef stock. Just strain out the bay leaf and thyme and carrot. Stir that around a little bit. And then I'm just going to cover this and let this simmer for a whole hour and a half. Let's work on our mushrooms now. Now I'm melting 3 tablespoons of butter into 3 tablespoons of olive oil and adding in 1.5 pounds of sliced cremini mushrooms, also known as baby bells, really small portobellos. And then to that, 3 cloves of chopped garlic, and a sprig of thyme, and 1/2 teaspoon of sweet paprika. Now I'm just going to stir this around and get these nice and brown. Okay, this has been about 4 minutes. I can hear them squeaking. I think I'm going to give these another couple of minutes, get them really, really, really done. Oh, that's beautiful. This is perfect. Okay, I'll take these off the heat and wait for our beef to fit. So now to put this all together, I have my beef right here, which is still quite hot. I'm going to spoon in my mushrooms. Notice I got rid of the sprig of thyme right in here. Good. Set that aside. And then I'm going to stir in 1/4 cup of sour cream and a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. There's not a lot of sour cream in this recipe, and some of the ones that I've seen have as much as 3 cups. Kind of destroys the flavor of the beef broth, so this is just enough, I think. And then a couple tablespoons of parsley. Great. This smells awesome. Just wonderful. Okay, that's set to go. Now to plate this, I think I'll lift this in here. Take some of our pappardelle, which I tossed with a couple of tablespoons of unsalted butter. I used unsalted because I put salt in the water and I don't want it to be too salty. You know, I'm going to just give this a quick little taste. Oh, doesn't eat a thing. And then right on top, oops. Let me just clean that up. And then to garnish, in honor of all of our time, a little thyme. I really hope you enjoy making my beef stroganoff and cooking with Italian style. Buon appetito!